The Four Princesses and the Kingdom of Harmony. The Kingdom of Harmony was a land of beauty, where golden fields stretched to the horizon and rivers flowed like silver threads through lush valleys. But one summer, the rains failed. The rivers dried, the fields withered, and the people grew desperate. The drought threatened not just crops and livestock, but the very spirit of the kingdom. In the royal palace, King Alaric called upon his daughters, Princess Celeste, Princess Aurelia, Princess Marina, and Princess Seraphina. "My dear daughters," he said, his voice heavy with sorrow, "the people need us. The drought has brought great suffering. Each of you must lead in your way to help restore our kingdom." Princess Celeste, the hardworking leader Celeste, the eldest princess, was known for her tireless work ethic. She rolled up her sleeves and led the farmers in the fields. Despite the blazing sun, she helped dig trenches to bring water from the faraway mountain springs. One day, a farmer approached her. "Princess, you are royalty. Why lower yourself to toil in the dirt with us?" Celeste smiled, her hands calloused from labor. "Leadership means standing beside those you serve, not above them. Together, we are strong." Her hard work inspired the villagers, and soon, many joined her efforts. Under her guidance, the fields slowly regained life. Princess Aurelia, the advocate for justice Aurelia, the second eldest, was the voice of fairness in the kingdom. As resources grew scarce, disputes arose. Merchants hoarded food, and the wealthy tried to buy more than their share, leaving the poor to suffer. Aurelia set up a council in the town square, where anyone could voice their concerns. She listened carefully, weighed each matter, and passed fair judgments. When a merchant was caught hiding grain, Aurelia ordered him to distribute it freely among the villagers. "Justice is not just punishment," she said. "It is restoring balance." Her actions united the people, fostering trust and cooperation. Princess Marina, the caregiver Marina, the third princess, had a heart full of compassion. She spent her days caring for the sick and elderly, tending to those who had lost hope. With her gentle touch and soothing words, she brought comfort to the kingdom's most vulnerable. One evening, she visited a mother and her child who had no food. Marina shared her own rations and promised, "You will not face this alone. The royal family will stand with you." Her acts of kindness spread throughout the kingdom, inspiring others to care for one another. Soon, neighbors began sharing what little they had, strengthening the community's bond. Princess Seraphina, the keeper of principle Seraphina, the youngest princess, was known for her unyielding sense of principle. She believed in doing what was right, even when it was difficult. While the drought worsened, some suggested cutting down the ancient trees in the royal forest to make room for new wells. "The forest is sacred," Seraphina said firmly. "Its trees have stood for centuries, protecting our land from erosion and providing shelter. Destroying it would harm us more in the long run." Instead, she proposed alternative solutions, such as creating reservoirs and building windmills to draw water from underground wells. Her wisdom ensured the kingdom's resources were used sustainably. The journey to the crystal spring, despite their efforts, the drought persisted. The sisters realized they needed to find a permanent solution. Their father spoke of the fabled crystal spring, a hidden source of water said to flow eternally. But the journey was perilous, guarded by enchanted trials. The four princesses set out together, their hearts united. Their first trial was a labyrinth of thorny vines. Celeste used her strength to clear a path, leading her sisters through. Next, they faced a riddle posed by a wise owl. What is stronger than steel but gentler than a feather? Aurelia's fairness guided her to the answer. "Unity," she said, and the owl allowed them to pass. At the edge of a ravine, Marina noticed a frightened bird trapped in brambles. Despite the urgency of their mission, she stopped to free it. In gratitude, the bird showed them a hidden bridge across the chasm. Finally, they reached the spring, but a stone guardian blocked their path. "Only those who respect nature may drink from the spring," it declared. Seraphina stepped forward. "We seek to restore balance, not to take more than we need." The guardian bowed and allowed them to access the water. The kingdom's renewal. The princesses returned with the water from the crystal spring. They shared it with the people, ensuring every village received its share. The crops revived, rivers flowed again, and the kingdom prospered. The sisters' actions inspired lasting change. Celeste organized cooperative farming efforts. Aurelia established councils in every village. Marina created shelters for the needy, and Seraphina introduced sustainable practices. Their father declared, "The drought tested our kingdom, but through your courage and virtues, we have not only survived but grown stronger." Vocabulary words: drought, a long period without rain. Example: the drought left the fields dry and barren. Harmony, peace, and balance. Example: the kingdom thrived in harmony after the drought. Justice, fairness in actions. Example: Princess Aurelia ensured justice for all. Compassion, deep care for others. Example: Marina's compassion inspired kindness in the kingdom. Sustainability, using resources wisely for the future. Example: Seraphina taught the villagers about sustainability.
Labyrinth, amase.
Example: the sisters navigated the thorny labyrinth together. Enchanted, magical, or full of wonder. Example: the crystal spring was guarded by enchanted trials. Resilience, the ability to recover from difficulties. Example: the kingdom's resilience brought it through the drought. Guardian, a protector. Example: the stone guardian tested their intentions at the spring. Principle, a fundamental belief or rule. Example: Seraphina's principles guided her decisions.